In March of 2026, the RSA Security Conference in San Francisco marked the exact moment the industry admitted our current AI security models are broken. We saw two heavyweights release competing platforms. Cisco unveiled Defense Claw, and Microsoft launched Agent 365. Both target the exact same structural flaw in how we deploy AI. We have spent years building security perimeters around human behavior, but autonomous agents act on their own, calling tools and making decisions without a human pressing a button. They require a completely different set of boundaries. Up until now, AI security meant red teaming prompts and filtering toxic outputs. That approach ignores execution. An agent with a broad API key doesn't need to generate a bad prompt to delete a production database. It just needs the wrong permission at the wrong time. When two of the largest enterprise security vendors simultaneously release architectures that abandon output filtering in favor of zero-trust execution, it signals a mandatory shift for every engineering team building agentic workflows. This timeline illustrates a standard human security session. A user logs in, authenticates once, and gets an 8-hour block of trusted access to do their work. Humans type, read, and click. Even a fast employee takes minutes to execute a multi-step task. An autonomous agent reasoning through a loop can execute hundreds of distinct API calls in a matter of seconds. If you hand that same 8-hour session token to an AI agent, you create a massive liability. The agent can chain together 200 consecutive tool calls inside a single trusted window without ever being re-verified. If that agent suffers a prompt injection attack on step 3, the malicious intent inherits the full trust of the 8-hour session. The compromise cascades down the chain of tools, granting access to every system it touches. Securing these systems requires enforcing identity, intent, and authorized scope at the millisecond level for every single action the agent attempts. Running a cryptographic check and evaluating intent through a language model on every tool call introduces heavy processing delays. You're adding friction to a system built for speed. You have to make a choice. You can run your agents fast and accept the risk of a total system compromise, or you can implement strict per-action verification to achieve a zero blast radius and accept the severe latency it adds to the reasoning loop. This diagram maps Cisco's approach. They place their policy enforcement strictly at layer 7. They insert an MCP gateway physically between the agent orchestrator and the execution tools. They rely on the model context protocol to route the traffic. Every time the agent wants to act, it packages the request into an MCP message and sends it to the gateway for approval. Because it operates at the application layer, the gateway understands the semantic context of the request. It enforces granular rules, like preventing agents from pulling social security numbers. But the vulnerability is protocol compliance. If a developer connects a tool using a standard REST API, that traffic bypasses the gateway entirely, creating an unmonitored backdoor. This architecture flow shows Microsoft taking a different route, moving enforcement down to the network layer via intra-internet access. Instead of reading application payloads, they intercept the routing path itself. Operating at the network level provides total visibility. It identifies shadow agents and blocks unauthorized connections, regardless of the protocol. The limitation is network proxies are blind to intent. They only see the destination address and port, unable to tell if an agent is pulling a benign report or exporting the customer list. You are weighing Layer 7's deep contextual understanding against the network layer's absolute protocol-agnostic visibility. Neither vendor trusts the orchestrator itself to manage security. They physically separate the policy enforcement point from the AI's reasoning engine to establish a hard boundary. Relying on frameworks like LangGraph or CrewAI to secure your workflow is a mistake. An orchestrator manages state and memory. It does not contain execution. If the orchestrator is compromised, its internal state management becomes the exact vehicle for an uncontrollable spread of unauthorized actions. To fix this, you must scope credentials to the individual tool call, completely abandoning the practice of granting blanket session credentials to the agent itself. This requires setting up an exchange mechanism where the agent requests a highly restricted, temporary token valid only for one specific action, effectively isolating any compromised node from moving laterally across your network. You then need to physically decouple your logic. The policy gate that approves these tokens must sit outside the orchestrator code, in an isolated environment. Finally, you must treat these non-human identities with the same formal lifecycle management you apply to your human contractors. They need verified registration, strict role assignments, and automated revocation policies. This quadrant chart plots tool risk level against latency tolerance to clarify where your defenses actually sit. Notice that orchestration trace logs belong strictly in the low security observability zone, completely separate from active policy enforcement. Observability tools track the thread of an agent's reasoning, so you can read it later. They do not have the capability to intervene and block an unauthorized database query in the milliseconds before it executes. Tracing logs tell you exactly how you were breached after the data is gone. A dedicated execution layer architecture stops the unauthorized action before it leaves the environment. This diagram shows the universal abstraction that the major security vendors are converging on, a centralized control plane wedged between the AI orchestrator and the underlying infrastructure. Building your internal enterprise systems against this middle layer gives you total control over execution limits without rewriting your security policies when swapping out the language model. Hard-coding security logic directly into a vendor's SDK locks you into their ecosystem. An independent control plane forces modularity, keeping your architecture vendor-agnostic. Designing this isolated boundary requires significant upfront engineering. You have to build proxy services, rewrite your identity protocols, and configure independent audit ledgers before deploying a single agent. We spent 10 years slowly migrating human workforces to zero-trust architectures. The speed and scale of autonomous agents compress that timeline, forcing organizations to implement Agent Zero Trust immediately. The choice is no longer whether you build a hard enforcement boundary. The only question left is where you choose to put it.